Welcome to Wake Up and Live with Christopher Flagg. This is a daily podcast to encourage and inspire godly living. Let's join in and listen to today's message.
Good morning. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning. Hope you're having a great week so far. This morning I just want to start out by saying my prayers go out to all the people in Texas going through the floods right now in Houston and along the coast. I live in Texas, so my heart just goes out, and I pray that each one of us will do our part. Each one of us can give something or do something so that we can all come together and help those people that are in such dire need there, and it's still going on. They're still getting rain, but our prayers go out to them, and there's any way that you can help, I pray you'd find a way. Give to the Red Cross. Let's come together. Come on, church. This is your opportunity to show yourself of who you are as the church. This is what we're supposed to be doing. It's not the government's responsibility. It's our responsibility, us, the people, and the church's responsibility to take care of the situation. So that first, that I pray for them, and I pray that God would just intervene in their lives and that people would come together. We've been talking about decisions, and we've been talking about the different decisions we make that can cause us to be successful, can cause us to move into great areas of power in the kingdom of God. And today I want to kind of end up, and we've talked about already 6 decisions, and today we're going to talk about the 7th decision. And I really believe this 7th decision kind of allows you to be able to do all the other 6 decisions we've talked about. Great leaders, great achievers are rarely realistic by people's standards. Somehow these successful people, often they're considered strange. Pick their way through life ignoring or not hearing the negative expectations or emotions, and consequently they accomplish one great thing after another, never having heard what cannot be done. That is precisely why one should never tell a young person that something cannot be done. God may have been waiting for centuries for someone ignorant enough of the impossible to do that very thing. And your success and of these other decisions rest on your ability and willingness to embrace this last one. And it's the master of the persistent decision. To persist without exception means to ultimately ensure success in whatever you do and whatever endeavors that you have. So that's what we're going to look at today. To persist, the persistent decision. It's the key to the other 6. I will persist without exception. Without the particular decision, the other 6 are meaningless. When you make and own this decision, the other 6 decisions are certain to work. Committing to the persistent decision means you accept responsibility, you constantly seek wisdom, you never stop being a person of action, you have a decided heart without exception. You choose to be happy every single day, you greet each day with a forgiving spirit. Every single one of the other 6 decisions hinges on this acceptance of the 7th. I will persist without exception. It's the only one that brings them all together. But it is also the easy one to shrug off. Well, duh. Who hasn't heard of this before? We've all heard we have to persist. We shouldn't give up. The unique twist is this last part. I will persist without exception. Without exception is what everyone tends to kind of leave off. When you persist without exceptions, miracles occur. You find a way where there is no way. Anytime you make a statement, you're going after something big, that you're going to do something unusual, something great. And the reward is also big. It's going to be hard. There's only a big reward for the things that are tough to do. If it were easy, everyone would be doing it, and the reward would just be small. So we need to look at how you and I can be persistent. Anytime you go after something big, a time will come, and it seems obvious to everyone that it's over. It can't be done. It may even seem obvious to you that it's over. If you get to that point and you have persisted, then others will tell you it's okay to quit. Because you persisted, right? You hung in there, and you can quit with a clear conscience, with encouragement from people all around you, because you gave it your best shot. You tried. Lord knows you tried. We've watched you work. You're killing yourself. It's time to quit. Honey, it's okay. People will encourage you to quit if you persisted, because society no longer holds a penalty for quitting. As long as you persist a little bit. However, if you persist without exception, you'll have to find a way where there is no way. That's when the miracles occur. Anytime you hit a wall, anytime you come to the end of the road, when you're lacking isn't money, mentorship, or time, you're lacking an idea. That's all, an idea. I can't tell you how many times I've worked with people who come to that point and they'll say, it's just over, I know it, I understand I have to persist without exception, but I think this just might be over. And I'll reply, well, what have you done? What have you tried? We've tried everything. We've exhausted every possibility. There's nothing that can be done that we haven't tried. I know there's nothing else that you could possibly do. You don't know where else to turn. And here's a little trick you can play with them. That's right. We don't know where else to turn. And just reply to them, I know you don't know, but if you did know the next move you would make, what would you do? If you were to pretend, what would you say the next move might be? Well, if I don't know, I'd probably do, and I'll say, there you go, do that. Remember, even when you're in the deepest woods, you're only lacking an idea. So what's the difference in people when faced with struggles? Why is it that one person quits and another keeps going? Does faith guide your everyday actions and emotion, or does fear guide what you do? One or the other drives us. Both emotions are an expectation for an event that hasn't come to pass, or belief in something that can't be seen or touched. To have faith is to believe in the hopeful potential of what one has not seen. And the reward of faith is to have this potential manifest, right? The emotional energy of faith is uplifting. Fear, in contrast, is also to believe in the dark potential of what one has not seen. And the only reward of fear is more fear. The emotional energy of fear is life-draining. Fear can be used as a catalyst for action, or by default, it imprisons the person into a life of mediocrity. A man of faith reaps perpetual reward, and a man of fear lives on the edge of insanity. Fear is a vapor, a myth. And if you think that fear is some kind of warning from above to keep you out of trouble, you can forget that. There is no instance in the Bible that says fear is from God. Fear just disrupts you and keeps you from your goals, your dreams, and destiny. Fear and worry are an interest paid in advance on something that may never come to pass. Through the years, I've discovered that it's often the smartest people who are the most susceptible to fear in the first place. I couldn't figure out why that was until I finally realized that fear is an imagination run amok. When what you fear doesn't even exist. It is the misuse of creative imagination God has placed in you. And in the lives of these creative and intelligent people, somehow fear jumps into the mix and shuts down any possibility of moving forward with their goals and dream. It stops everything. The word worry is derived from the Anglo-Saxon term meaning to strangle or to choke off. Worry and fear choke off any creative flow or intelligent movement that people might otherwise have. Ignore fear. Cast it out of your life. There is no reward for fear. The reward is in faith and in seeing what you have believed come to pass. I will persist without exception. I am a person of great faith. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, always do what you're afraid to do. What are the closed doors in your life? Many times they stand as limitations you've created in your mind. Your very limitations are segues to your dreams. If you will confront these limitations and deal with them rather than fear and avoid them, you will transcend them to experience the unlimited possibilities in your life. Some people might say you'll never make it, it'll never happen. Why are you wasting your time? You've got to remember that one day somebody's going to be wrong and somebody's going to be right, and it's going to be really obvious to everyone who's who. Let those words wash over you. You're totally in charge. You have not failed until you quit. I will persist without exception. I mean, right now you might be going through the worst time in your life, or you may know someone who is. Remember, you're not alone. We're all either in a crisis, coming out of a crisis, or headed for a crisis. It's just part of being on this planet. If you're still breathing, your purpose on earth has not yet been fulfilled. There's a reason you're still with us. There's more fun to have, more success to enjoy, more people to encourage, more children to teach, and more laughter to share. Your work is not done. You're only at a half time. It's time to take a break, get up, and get ready to go again. Beware of this temptation to detour. Distractions are everywhere. Movies, television, music, and another universe on the internet. Detours don't build muscle. They don't provide life lessons. Detours will only distract you from your greatness, and greatness is your destination. So don't allow detours to come into your life. Keep moving forward. Always move forward. Our problems represent opportunities to enlarge our territory. You know, in the prayer of Jabez, Dr. Bruce Wilkerson reveals the power of a little prayer. He explains that we must ask and seek to have our personal territories enlarged and expanded. Will you allow your territory to be enlarged? Persist without exception. From this day forward, will you believe in the certainty of your future? Fear has no place in your life. It's time to have faith. Believe in the future and watch your future manifest itself into something great. So today, I encourage you, have this persistent decision in your life. Persist. I will persist without exception. I'll have great expectation. Without exception, I will not stop and I will not quit. So I pray the Lord would bless you today. I pray you wake up and live empowered, blessed, and loved by God so that you can proceed and persist through life without exception and achieve and accomplish all the things that God has purposed for you today in your life. God bless you. We'll see you again tomorrow. And again, please be praying for all those in this great state of Texas that God could touch their lives and show himself true to them and let the church rise up and be who we're called to be. God bless. See you again.
Thank you for tuning in today for Wake Up and Live. Join us each day for a new inspiring message. Also check out our Saturday morning's Word and Worship for 30 minutes of getting refueled, plus our Sunday sermon series on the seasons of life.